The mics are working. Okay, let's talk about gear. I have been filming everything on my iPhone for a couple years now. I use it for YouTube and I also use it for client work. Depending on what kind of phone you have, you should have the ability to shoot in 4K. You just need to go into your settings and adjust what kind of quality you'd like to film in. I have been doing this for many years now, and it has definitely made me money at a point in time or another. Now you might be wondering, Shay, why haven't you upgraded your gear yet? Do you want to be better? What's the plan here? Now, every few months or so, I think that I'm going to upgrade and I start researching and popping things in my notes. As much as new gear is so much fun to buy, to tinker with, it's just nice to have new things. My current setup still works for me. There is nothing wrong with this. And it makes me think about all the stuff I have bought in the past that I haven't really used a whole lot of. So I want to use all of my gear to film this video. I want to find out the pros and cons of using all this gear. I want to find out what the barriers are between me grabbing it versus grabbing my phone. And maybe it'll help me find out if there's something else I like or that I'm missing or that I need. Okay, so I wanted to walk you through all the gear I have. Okay, first, I have this Sony, oh my god, it's so dusty. This was a gift. I'm really grateful for this camera. I have used it in the past to take photos. I have not used it to film any video. I actually don't even know what the video quality would be on it. I have a 16 to 50 mil lens on it. Additionally, I also have this lens for it, and it zooms into 210. Pretty zoomy. Starts at 55. I think these will work for it as well. My mics, these Rode mics, I would have to buy another cord of some sort to get these to work in this camera. So the whole game plan is to not buy anything, but I did find this in all of my camera gear and I don't know if it'll work. So this drone is, I think, the Mini Pro 3. I also have the remote controller for it because I use my phone so much to film. It just made sense to have the full controller for it. Next, I have this little guy. This is the Insta360 Go 3. This is the old generation. I got robbed. They just released one a few months ago that now films in 4K. I wish I would have waited. And then we have all the accessories I have for my phone. So let me just show you all of those. So I have this little Peak tripod. I also have the Peak phone case. Basically, it just sits like that. My phone magnets onto it and it's a tripod in itself. And I love it. I take it with me everywhere. Okay, we're almost through it all. I bought this little guy. It is the DJI gimbal for your phone. It extends like quite a bit, and this part does angle up and down, so you can twist it. Okay, we're using that DJI gimbal. This is my everyday tripod. It's the Atom Tech, I don't know how you say it, but it looks like a weapon or it looks really inappropriate. I've gotten both ways. There's a little button at the bottom and it extends tall. Like, this is what I use for literally everything. So it is extended. Whoa. Like, it's on the ground and it's still, like, how crazy is that? It's on the ground. Anyways, okay, that is all of my gear. Okay, so the name of the game is use everything I have to the best of my ability. I know when you just don't know how to use something, so you don't use it, and that makes it a lot easier than actually using the thing, because using the thing would actually mean that you have to try. Yeah, so we're gonna try. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
Okay, this is a very heavy tripod.
Thank
Okay, wow, that was a really busy couple weeks there filming with everything. It's just amazing to see how often I actually used it because I challenged myself to use all of the things. So I just wanted to talk about a little bit of the pros and cons that I saw with it, and I wanted to tell you guys whether or not I'm upgrading here at the end of this video, so stay tuned. So the first camera I used was the Sony Alpha 6000, and it actually shoots in 1080p, which I was kind of surprised about, so that was pleasant. The megapixels are really high in there. I think it's 24 point something, so it is pretty good for photography and whatnot, and especially if you're just posting things to your phone, it's definitely not bad. I was surprised with how cinematic and dramatic I could make the shots look just by like adjusting a few settings, so I did enjoy it. The only barriers I really find with using this camera is that it is a much bigger camera than my phone, and the only tripod I have is that really heavy-duty tripod that I typically use for product photography, so I don't think I'll be lugging that around anywhere with me, but it is really nice to use for quick and easy shots around the house. I already have so many ideas for that camera, and they did this really weird thing. When I was listening back to all the footage, it has this really weird ringing noise in the background and beeping, so I don't know if that's just like the camera's audio itself, or if I plugged in mics, if that would go away. The next camera I used was my Insta360 Go 3. This camera shoots in 2.7K or something like that. It's like a weird number, but I think I mentioned this before, and if I didn't, they did release the camera that does shoot in 4K, and it is a pretty big difference, I would say, because I've been shooting in 4K for a while. What I love about this camera is that you have so many POV shots that you wouldn't get with a typical camera. It also has audio built into the detachable front camera, and that little part there too is also waterproof, which I really like. So I have stuck it in my coffee maker to like pour in water or just run it underwater in the past, and it works, and it's really cool. For now, I wouldn't say that there's any really big barriers right now, just because I feel like I still have so much to learn about that tiny camera. Okay, now we move on to accessories. So for accessories, I showed you that Atum Tech or Atom Tech tripod. That tripod is actually a gift, and it is like the most used thing ever. I use it every single day. It's handy, it's easy to set up, less than 5 minutes. It's easy to travel with, and it's also very light. I've taken it on backcountry camping trips with me. Like, it's such a great tripod. So yeah. No barriers there. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Love this tripod. After that would be my DJI gimbal, which I don't utilize enough. It is a heavier tripod because it does have technology in it. I love the auto tracking in it. It's one of my favorite parts. I've used it for filming client work for vehicles and walking around places for homes. My only downside is that those file sizes are so big, but you do have more control over your camera settings. So it does have ISO, your f-stop built in, like it has so many other settings that I really haven't taken the time to play with. So the barrier really in that is me. Other than that, I think I just used my Peak Design like little phone tripod. It's never not on my phone. I use it pretty much 100% of the time. I love that I can just like discreetly tuck away my phone and I can film in different spots. These mics work really well. These were a new purchase this year. I find these really handy, and I feel like they upgrade things a little bit, but that's all the stuff. Okay, so that brings us to the end. I think that's everything. The drone I used as well. I never will not use it. I think it's such a cool little addition to like create really big scenery. But yeah, I have used it quite a bit. I used it to film the seasons in Edmonton. I have used it for our wedding. Okay, now we are at the end. So will I upgrade? The answer is no for right now. I think I have so much work here. I have so many cool tools that I have not really been utilizing in every video. I use the same tech for every video. I just want to get better at using the stuff I have before I buy another new thing and it ends up in the same place where I'm just using the same old tools that work in videos. The only thing that I've actually considered upgrading is my Insta360 Go 3. Again, the new one films in 4K, but that is the only thing I could think of that I might want to upgrade down the road. If you're watching this and you've made it to the end and you were thinking, man, I have a big box of like junk, a full box attack that I have no idea what's in there, I highly suggest like you just take 20 minutes, go through your stuff, set aside the things that you could possibly sell. There's other creators out there or kids just kind of like getting into all of this stuff, and I think it is kind of nice to repurpose, reuse. So yeah, coming back to the beginning of this, The whole point of the video is really like, use the stuff you have. Stop buying new things, because you probably don't need the new thing because you haven't tried using the old thing first that was once new and now it's old because you let it get there. Anyways, that's my rant. If you like this video, maybe like, subscribe, do all the button clicking things, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!